Hey, it's Christina from Winners ColorChoice Shrubs, and it's a beautiful day for a garden tour. Let's jump right in. I think I just walked down a path of Panicle Hydrangea paradise. Look at all of those beautifully limbed up panicles. There's a panicle on the corner there, over there, right here, and down this way. So I was making my way up to this front garden. It's the first thing that you see when you're pulling into the trial and display gardens. And I love this little planting of panicle and smooth hydrangeas. I think it's just a really great example of how you can plant hydrangeas so that you get the most impact for hydrangea season. So in the middle here are some Invincibelle limettas, that's a smooth hydrangea, and then mini mauvettes right in front. Those bloom earlier in the season and look amazing. And then back here we've got limelight and firelight, which are really carrying the show in this late summer garden. And moving on past these amazing smelling At Last roses is a combination that I just realized that I really love. This is Oh So Easy Double Red Rose. We've visited this planting a couple of times, but never have I realized how fun it is with the beautiful Midnight Express Cercis or redbud planted behind it. So that's got some really nice burgundy tinged leaves that really kind of are set off by the burgundy tint in these Oh So Easy Double Red leaves. A very subtle but very fun combination here. I think I may have just found one of my new favorite combinations. This is so elegant. I just love how many flowers there are on each plant. And without further ado, let me introduce you to them. This is Bobo Panicle Hydrangea. I'm sure many of you are familiar with this silly named but very serious performer. It is hardy in zones 3 through 8, gets 2.5 to 3 feet tall and wide, and is obviously just a stunning plant to have in the garden. It is so covered in blooms. And right next to it is Happy Face White Potentilla. Now this plant is extremely cold hardy in zones 2 through 7, grows 2 to 3 feet tall and wide, I think. Maybe I'll have to correct that. But I just love how beautifully these mesh together. So you've got the really small foliage of the Potentilla, which kind of goes with the really intense fluffy blooms of this Panicle Hydrangea, and they really balance each other out nicely. And moving on down the garden, we've got this very handsome group of Midnight Wineshine Julas. I love how moody and elegant this group is. So this plant is special for its foliage, as you can tell. It's really shiny and it's really dark. It stays darker a little bit better than other Julas thanks to its breeding. And it's fabulous for providing a little bit of contrast right at the front of the border. It stays nice and low, grows just 1 to 1.5 feet tall, and gets a little bit wider, so it gets 2 to 2.5 feet wide. And it's just a really cool way to bring some pizzazz to the garden. And a group of Zinfandel Panicle Hydrangeas have rounded out our trip down this beautiful walkway. And the end of that sidewalk leads us to look at the section of new trial garden. Now, if you remember this spring, these pathways were just dirt and there were hardly any plants here. So I'm really excited to see this garden filling in and maturing beautifully. And that is it for today. I hope that you enjoyed yourself. And if you had any questions about anything we saw, leave it in the comments below, and I'll see you again next week.